Hello everyone guys and a very warm welcome back to my channel. So for all the people who are new here, my name is Avan Onjo and you are most welcomed on the channel that is Avan Onjo. So in today's video we'll be continuing with our series where we'll be talking about state executive, and here we are going to talk about governor. In the previous lecture, we talked about Prime Minister and Council of Minister, and in this particular video, we'll be talking about Governor. So, all the people who are new here, we are providing UPSC free UPSC preparation series where we launch videos on various topics of UPSC completely free, and all the discussions that we do are completely in depth in nature, and they are of a manner which you could add in your answer writing, in your mains, in your prelims, and it is not anyway less than any other coaching is going to teach you. So, like many of people who think that free videos wouldn't be of that good quality, but this is not true here on this channel. Through these videos, I provide quality content to all of you. Okay, so you can watch it for yourself. When we will dive into the video, you can have a look at yourself and you can see to the quality, and it is completely free for everyone, guys. Please notice this is completely free, and only thing I want is to you guys go and subscribe the channel. Just hit that subscribe button and just go subscribe right now before the video starts, because this gives us motivation, this gives us this kind of you know we get this vibe that yes, you guys are liking the video, you guys are getting benefited from it, and we should keep on creating it. So this is the only thing we want, and for that you have to subscribe it, please. So this is completely free. You can watch it anytime, anywhere, and everyone can watch it. Okay, so without any further delay, let's begin. So we'll start off with the state executive. Okay, so when I talk about the state executive, and here I'm basically going to talk in depth about governor. Okay, so governor is of state, right? You all know that governor is of state. Okay, now this there is a question that is the governor only for one state, or it can be more for more than one state? So the answer is that yes, it can be for more than one state. Okay, why? Why it can be more than one state? Um, like if you consider why, so it is written in article, this has been mentioned in article number 153. Okay, and this article suggests that a governor can be a governor for more than one state. Okay, so two or more. Okay, you can also say that. So this has been introduced in 1956. Okay, this particular article. So from then onwards, we say that yes, governor can be of more than one state. Right. Okay, now what is the role? Okay, so if I talk about like governor's role, so governor's role can be divided into some three important facets. Okay, so first facet, okay, I'll just mark it like this: first, second, and third. Okay, so the first important facet is that it basically governor operates under the system of parliamentary democracy. So we all know that we have parliamentary form of democracy, and governor is a part of that parliamentary democracy machinery. Okay, so parliamentary democracy. Secondly, governor is the agent of central union. Okay, so he is the agent. He or she is the agent of center. Okay, we'll discuss this point. Very important point. This is. We'll discuss it in depth. The third facet is that it is a vital link between the union government and the state government. Okay, so it is a link between the union government and the state government. Here lies the governor. Okay, so important link. Now we'll discuss. This was like the broad outline of the roles of governor. Now I told you just right now that I'll discuss agent of center. This point is very important, and hence I would like to discuss it um, in more depth. Okay, so we'll discuss the point of agent of center. So why governor is called as agent of center? Okay, how can we prove this point? How can we logically conclude it? So the first conclusion that I would like to make is that very important that governor is appointed by the president. Okay, so governor is appointed by the president. Fine. Secondly, there is a term of office of 5 years in written that the governor should have a term of 5 years, but there is no constitutional backing on that, and the governor can be removed anytime according to the sweet will of the president. Okay, so the office is hold until the pleasure of president. This is known as doctrine of pleasure, and unless and until president likes it, governor is going to hold the office. So this particular term of 5 years doesn't matter actually. Okay, he or she can be removed even before that by the will of the president. Okay, so in this way you can say that the control of the removal is in the in the hands of president. So we can say that yes, he or she is the regent of center. Okay, now there is another provision of transfer. Okay, so governor of one state can be transferred to another state, okay, by the will of president of India. So this point can also prove this agent of center. Okay, then fourth thing I would like to put upon is that governor can resign anytime by writing a letter of resignation. Don't consider it recommendation, letter of resignation. Okay, so he or she can write a letter of resignation to the president and can resign. Okay, so this is something which claims or which proves that yeah, governor is a agent of center. Okay, so some more points let me add. So fifth point I can add is that president can even control the person, the governor, after his or her resignation in a way that the president can tell the governor to hold the office even after his resignation, okay, until and unless a new successor is appointed. Okay, so this is also a power that is vested with the president. So in a way, in this way, the president is going to control the governor. Okay. Another point I would like to add is that there is, like, you all would have heard it, a report that is sent by the governor. Okay, so a report is sent by the governor, okay, every fortnight. So when, you should know this term, fortnight, FORTNIGHT, every fortnight a report is sent by the governor. Okay, so so of course it is in the name of consideration of president. Okay, so you can say that the report is sent to the center, okay, of the working of the state government basically. Okay, and so in this way also we can consider this, right? So let me remove this one. Now there is another point, I think it was seventh. Okay, so another point that, there is a provision that if there is any bill that is passed by the state, okay, now that particular bill can be, it basically can be reserved. Okay, so the reservation of bill, the bill can be reserved, okay, by the governor, okay, for the assent of president. Okay, I would repeat this statement. A bill which is passed by the state legislature, it can be reserved by the governor for getting assent from the president. Okay, and the president at the same time is having a power to veto it absolutely. So there is an absolute veto that can be practiced on this reserved bills. Okay, so in this way we can say that yes, if there is a bill and if central or union doesn't want it, so they can of course veto that completely. And this is done through whom? This is done to the governor. Okay, so hence we can say that the governor is the agent of center. So all of these points are very important. You have to frame it in a better language when you are answering the questions, of course. Okay. Sorry. So, like if we examine all of this, what all I discussed, okay, so we can conclude logically that the Constitution of India assigned governor a role of a constitutional sentinel, and it is basically agent of government and a vital link. This post is a vital link between the state and the center, and it is more inclined towards center. We can of course say this. Okay, so this basically creates a system of federalism and a system of checks and balances in a way that state cannot take any decision arbitrarily. And as we know that our true nature of our federalism is quasi-federal, and our centers has been given more power. So in that way we can of course say that governor's power is, he's the agent of center, and his power more or less lies with the center. So it is just a link and an agent who is controlled by the center. So this was the to prove the point of being the agent of center. Very important. Okay, now I'll move towards a very important topic, and this topic is, but before that, let me make this okay. So I'll move into a very important topic that is called as discretionary powers. Discretionary powers. Discretionary powers. Okay. So discretionary powers of the governor, of course, but here I'm going to create a comparison. Okay, just create a line or something to divide it. So I'm going to create a comparison, but I'll just make this one shorter. At one side you have to write President of India, and on the other side you have to write Governor. I don't know, today like this happens every day, I know, but it doesn't happen. Yeah. Okay, so at one point you have to write President, and at other you have to write Governor. So now let's have a comparative study of the discretionary powers of the president and the governor, how they are correlated or not related. Basically, let me tell you that most of them are similar in nature. So the power of governor are very much similar to the power of president. Okay, but there are some differences, and my motive here is to discuss those differences. Okay, other than that everything is going to remain the same as president, only the differences are what I'm going to take up here. Okay, so I've created this table to basically give you a contrast on where it differs, and to give you a similarity which you know, okay, which I'm not going to write here again, but you should know. Okay, so as we know that governor. Okay, let me discuss first about president. Okay, so president is the head of union. Right, you know this. Head of union. Just write it down in this column. Head of union is who? President. But who is he? He or she is the head of state. Head of state executive. Okay, so state executive's head is whom? Governor. Okay, fine. Now there are certain extra constitutional, or we say them as circumstantial powers, which are called as discretionary powers, that I discussed in the President of India as well. I think I added in the first part. If it is not there, so second part is going to come very soon. So head of the state executive is governor, and the discretionary power is vested with both of them. But how does that differ? Okay, so basically, let me tell you another thing. The discretionary power of the governor are constitutional in nature. Very important point is this. Why? Because the powers of the discretionary powers of the president is non-constitutional. Okay, it is like it doesn't go into the constitution. It has not been mentioned in the constitutional. Rather, it is circumstantial. Whereas the discretionary powers of the governor are constitutional in nature. Okay, so the governor can act in his or her discretion. Okay, in some of the cases. So this was written in the constitution. Okay, so where is this mentioned? It is basically mentioned in article number 163 clause 2. There is a great mention about it. You can read that as well. Okay, so it widens this particular article. Okay, this article 163.2, it basically widens the discretionary power of the governor as per the provisions of article 163 to what is that? Okay, so let me not write it again. According to this particular article, so what does this particular article states? It states that if there is a matter, say, okay, where the governor has the power to practice his or her discretion. So in that case, whatever would be the final discretionary action taken by the governor is going to be final. Okay, it cannot be challenged. Validity or anything else done by the governor shall not be questioned on the grounds of whether he or she should have acted or not in his discretion. So it is completely upon the governor if he or she wants to act according to his or her discretion. Okay, so this is what is mentioned in Article 163. Fine. Now there is some mention about Article 163 clause 3 also. Okay, so let me mention that also. So it basically, there is a question, okay, that whether any, it mentions that the Council of Minister of State, of course, is going to aid and advise him. Okay, and governor cannot be inquired in the court. So this is all the things that are mentioned in Article 163.3. Okay, so that is it. So there is a difference. Okay, so I've tried to create some kind of a basic differences amongst the two. So I hope you understood it. Now, if we look at it, okay, so we can, of course, we can make a conclusion that the discretionary powers of the governor are constitutional in nature. So, therefore, we can say that these powers are more strongly placed. Okay, the discretionary power of the governor are more strongly placed because they are backed up by the constitution, whereas if we compare it with the discretionary power of the president, so the president's discretionary power is not having any statutory or any kind of constitutional backing. So because of that, we can say that they are more strongly placed, the governor, and there has been overwhelming power that has been given to the governor. Okay, so this was a bit of analysis if you want to know. So this video is what I'm going to stop here only, okay, and we are going to continue with the main things relating to the state executive in the part 3 of this video. And I wanted to stop it here because there are some other topics which are under some broader category. So I would like to take that up later in the other video instead of doing half of here and there. It gets scattered and it becomes difficult to consolidate it. So I'll do that in the other video. This video was short, but still you have to, it is very important, all the things discussed here, very, very important. So go through the video well, and if you understood it, just leave a like, share it with the friends who need it, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Completely free for you guys. Just one expectation and one small expectation to just go and subscribe. Okay, so thank you so much guys. Have a very nice day and stay tuned for the next video, which is coming really very soon. Part 3, and I'm going to make it really very soon. So till then, stay tuned and stay happy, stay safe. Bye.